What does it mean to have true conversion? You know, one of the ultimate goals of being a Christian is to be converted. But what does it mean for you to be converted? Does it mean that you go to mass regularly? Does it mean that you should be praying the rosary every evening? Does it mean that you need to know all the names of the saints and that you're praying to them all the time? Here's what I believe. True conversion comes from having a true connection with God. You know, your outer life is supposed to be just a reflection. It's supposed to be just a mirror of what your inner life already looks like. You know, you're not putting up a face. You're not putting a mask. It's really who you are. One time Jesus said in the scripture when he was accusing the Pharisees of saying something, but then doing something different, he said, they honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. And sometimes, you know, we do that. We go to church regularly, but what happens right after you come out of church? You know, you're cussing people here and there, left and right. You know, in the parking lot, you're getting mad at the person in front of you because they're so slow. I remember one time many years ago, I was already a servant in our community, and I was already a worship leader. And then I happened to be playing basketball with a new group that I didn't know, people I didn't even know who they were. And I used to play basketball very loud. I would cuss here and there. You know, I'm very passionate about the game. But then after the game, one guy approaches me, didn't know who he was. And then he comes up to me and says, I know you from somewhere. Aren't you the guy who leads worship at the feast? And I was shocked. I was convicted right then and there. I realized that I was saying stuff on stage, how to love God. But off stage, I didn't know that I was preaching something different. You know, I was honoring God with my lips, but my heart was still far from Him. I knew that I wasn't connected well with Him. That's when I knew that I wasn't converted yet. So that's my challenge for you this Lenten season. Stay connected to the source. You know, get connected to Jesus. Grow your inner life so you can learn how to love like Jesus and live like Jesus.
If my heart has been deceived and has strayed from its singular vision of you, forgive me, Lord. Draw me away from earthen jars whose waters run dry, and lead me towards you, eternal fountain of all that is good.
To experience more of God's love, join a feast near you. For feast locations, go to feast.ph.